Hi, and welcome to another episode of Emerald Isle Vacation Home Specialist. I am your host, Dennis Richkovsky. Some of you recognize me as the co-owner of Flip Flops Donuts, and some of you know me as your broker of real estate, specializing in waterfront and waterview properties along the Crystal Coast, especially in my town of Emerald Isle, North Carolina. Emerald Isle is in the middle phase of a three-phase reboot of the economy. A reboot necessitated by the COVID-19 pandemic that has swept our country. This reboot has opened Emerald Isle to vacationers, and they are coming over the bridge to enjoy the weather and the water Emerald Isle is so rightly famous for. This episode is all about water safety, a topic of importance for vacationers and locals alike. Emerald Isle flies warning flags, ranging in color from yellow to double red, on its beaches, on the lifeguard stands at both the eastern and western regional beach accesses, and on all town beach patrol vehicles, which ride up and down the beaches monitoring the well-being of beachgoers. Each flag color indicates a different level of warning, so you need to know what these colored flags mean, so you too can avoid hazards and have a safe and enjoyable beach experience in Emerald Isle. First, you should know that Emerald Isle never flies green flags, because the town believes that there are always inherent dangers when entering the ocean, and you should always use caution. Therefore, at minimum, Emerald Isle is always flying yellow flags. Yellow flags indicate moderate hazards. In Emerald Isle, even on the calmest of days, the beach and ocean pose inherent risks, and the public is always advised to use caution and common sense. Red flags indicate that there is a high risk of strong currents or other hazards, and the public is advised to stay out of the water. Double red flags indicate there is an extremely high risk of strong currents or other hazards. You can be fined or arrested if you go in the water. Purple flags indicate an abundance of potentially hazardous marine life, including Portuguese man-o-war, jellyfish, and other creatures. The town will fly these flags as needed. However, the use of purple flags is relatively rare. It is important to note that the yellow and purple flags are only posted on the beach strand from Memorial Day to Labor Day, during the time we have lifeguards. Outside of this time frame, the town flies warning flags only when we are under red or double red flag conditions. Bottom line, if you don't see a flag from where you are on the beach, you then should check with the Emerald Isle Fire Department or the town website to determine our current beach conditions. Another organization, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, also reports on beach conditions. And although the conditions we are reporting in Emerald Isle generally are consistent with the forecast advisories posted by NOAA, the weather gathering buoys for NOAA are located some 30 miles off the North Carolina coast. And that is why there are times when the conditions we are experiencing in Emerald Isle may be more severe than what is being reported by NOAA equipment or being experienced by other beaches in our area. In that situation, our flag conditions may be different from the NOAA forecast or even the flags flying in Atlantic Beach, for example. Please know, when this happens, it is because we are reporting the most accurate information possible for Emerald Isle to ensure the safety of our residents and our visitors. The town's lifeguard program runs from approximately May 20th through Labor Day every year. Stationary lifeguard stands are located at both the east and west regional ocean accesses, and up to 4 roving lifeguards are patrolling the beach strand on a daily basis. Emerald Isle has over 12 miles of beaches, so what can you do if you see someone in trouble? Well, what you should do is call 911 before you do anything else. Getting rescue personnel on the way should be the first priority. Now, if you believe that you are an exceptionally good swimmer and are willing to provide assistance, you can grab a flotation device and go in to help if you choose. Never enter the water to conduct a rescue, however, without a flotation device. There are 100 rescue buoys stationed on poles along the beach strand that have been provided by the town to assist those that choose to help in these situations. If you do elect to attempt a rescue, remember to swim only close enough to the person so that you can toss them the flotation device. Do not swim so close that they can grab you, or you may become their flotation device. And that is not a good thing for either of you. Bottom line, use your common sense and take personal responsibility when entering the ocean. Check ocean conditions before you go out and know what the warning flag means. If the water looks rough, don't go in. Obey the warning flags, even if you are an Olympic class swimmer. Never allow any child to go unattended into the water. If you are more than a foot away, you are too far away from a young child. Ocean currents can be extremely strong and can sweep adults off their feet in knee-deep water. Children should always be in a Coast Guard-approved flotation device when in the ocean. Don't assume that the calmest water is the safest place to swim. The area where you don't see waves breaking is usually where a rip current is located. If you get caught in a rip current, remain calm. This is an unnatural response, especially when you are being pulled away from shore, but this is the most important thing you can do. Most rip currents will only take you out a few hundred yards. Relax and float until the current releases you, and then swim parallel to the shoreline. The waves will bring you back in. Swimming against the current will only exhaust you and potentially lead to cardiac arrest. I am not intending to be overly dramatic or insensitive to those who have suffered water-related tragedies, but everyone should take precautions when entering the water, be it a lake, a river, or the ocean. Stay safe and return next week to the same bat channel at the same bat time of 9 a.m. on Thursday for another episode of Emerald Isle Vacation Home Specialist.